Alright, we are finally back with Alan Wake 2, and just a bit of a quick disclaimer slash, yeah, I guess disclaimer is the best word for it, but it's actually been a little bit since I last played this game, and since I last put out a recording for this game, and that's just the unfortunate stuff going on in real life. I had to take care of that first, but I am happy to be back and seeing what else is going on in this game. I will probably stumble around for a while until I finally remember the controls. So that may be frustrating to watch, or it may be amusing. I don't know. Hopefully it's amusing, because we can all laugh at me failing over and over until I figure out what I'm supposed to do again. And I'm trying to remember. So obviously we're playing as Alan Wake right now, and we're down in the subway system. Okay, so that's what that does. Trying to remember everything, what everything does. So I'm trying to reach a murder site and complete that ritual. You know, probably the best way to remember how to actually do stuff is just to check the controls really quickly. I guess that's how I turn off the flashlight, but I will need that here. So trying to remember, did I come from this way? No, I didn't come from this way. Did I come from down there? Well, there's a door right... darn it. Sorry about that. The door right here, so let's see if... Maybe I came from down... I think I might have come from this way. Yeah, this seems familiar to me. A little bit. I'm just gonna go a little bit further just to double check and make sure. Yeah. So I want to be going down this way, I think. And then down here... Yep, shadow. Come on, fade away. Actually, I think I came from up here, didn't I? Or from down here. And this, folks, is why you don't, take such a long break like I did. Couple-week break. You forget what you're doing in a game. Yeah, I'm almost certain I came from that way, though, so let's go this way. Yeah, because I do remember getting that thing, so... And I would have seen it by... So yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to go up this way, after all. If not, I'll just go back down again. No big deal. Except this looks familiar. Ah. It all looks too familiar, guys. Okay. I know I remember this, so what I'm thinking is that that downstairs area looks similar to somewhere where I was. But maybe maybe some reused assets or a reused room layout. But it's not the exact same place that I've already seen. No? Okay, so I've been to both areas, so... What the heck am I supposed to be doing? Hmm. don't like how those guys are just following. You know, now that I think about it, if I were smart, I would have just watched the recording of the last recording that I did to catch myself up, but clearly I'm not that smart. That's interesting that those two save points are so close together. That is, because that's really close between those two save points. Never noticed that before. Find Alice. Who's Alice, I wonder? Is that his wife? Maybe? See, I'm not even sure I can progress any further through here, so I may have to go back down. Oh, right, that's how I got through the first time. Okay, so I'm in the collapsed tunnel again. So I feel like this is where I should be. Because I've been here before, but maybe I have something new? I have a new story beat here that I can use.
The new story beat fit the story perfectly.
That's it, okay. So, collapsed tunnel. So is the summoning ritual? Is that what I need to use?
The dark presence.
It is, yes.
Fuck! Fuck!
Okay, but now I actually have to run. Darn.
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone.
So, what was that? Oh, obviously the dark presence, but... what was it specifically, I wonder? Like, what is the dark presence in its, totality? So it looks like it's gone for now, so... we need to go there,
The tunnel
I
is
think.
open now. I
Yeah.
could get through.
Oh, it's back. Run for it. Run, Forrest.
The dark presence. I had seen it before. I remembered now. It was always out there. Hunting me.
Well, that's not foreboding at all. We're being hunted by some sort of, dark, miasmic being. high do those go? And how big is this chamber? Seems to kind of stretch off into the darkness a bit. Oh, this is the victim, the guy from the beginning. We're approaching him in the forest. Or the
I had found the murder site.
dark reflection of it.
Somehow the victim's heart was the key. Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Okay, so I was really close to the end of that part then. Neat. What are we gonna get for our song break this time, I wonder?
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. I can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here on this winding road. What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause somehow this window becomes a trap on this winding road. Will it ever let me go? Forever I am fading to black. Forever I am circling back, just to fall into this trap. This winding road.
Eh, I don't know. That one didn't grab me as much for whatever reason. That song. That musical interlude. Okay, so now we are looking for Alice, his wife, or like the dark reflection or dark memory of her that would be present in this dark place, in the dark place, at their tower where they live together. So we're going back up into the surface. Thank goodness. I don't know. I personally am just not a big fan of like sewer levels in games. They're like, I know they're there. I know that they are that just this like time-honored tradition. All these games have to have sewer levels. It's just a thing. Same with like swamp levels and all that. But I just don't enjoy them that much usually. Don't know why. Sorry, just checking something really quickly. Alright. So, now let us... So we have to get up to the surface. There's our poor guy there. Forgot his name, unfortunately, but... Okay, so... The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light and the okay, so I can just go over here. I don't have to try to
Who was writing who?
squint at
Who
it.
was writing this poem? Me? No.
Could have been you, Alan. You're having some memory troubles, aren't you? Or it could be your dark counterpart that you call Scratch, right? Was it Scratch? The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light and the shadows cast. The third eye now open to project the night. This is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone. All right.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something that soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
Alright, so with those wise words from Mr. Alex Casey, let's get out of here. Oh, not further down. I don't want to go down. I want to go up. I want to get out of here. Okay, so Parliament Tower Plaza. That's where we're going, right? Ooh, another word thing here. Let's grab that. Word of power. So word of gun found. Okay. I do have the shotgun. Knockback force. I don't have the flare gun. I'm gonna go with the revolver. Upgrading that fully. Because, I mean, not consuming ammo when firing that. That's pretty good. Plus, it's the weapon that I use the most by far, at least so far. So let's see. One is the revolver. Oh wait, no, because I don't have a shot. That's right, because I don't even have a shotgun on Alan. I have the shotgun for Saga. I wonder if the shotgun was already in one of these levels and I just missed it. Maybe? I don't know. That's the thing with these games, isn't it? That they're, like, there's secrets hidden around and you can miss, like, weapons and gear and stuff if you don't loop around and explore everything. I guess as long as I can get through the game without it, I'm not terribly concerned. I'm okay. I'm okay with missing a few things. Now, if this were an RPG, I would be wanting to find everything, because that's my genre right there, is the RPGs. Especially if they're open world. I love open world games. But, you know.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
Good to broaden horizons, right? Let's see what this does. Can I keep that and head up? It's probably good to have some, light. Yeah, it doesn't look like I needed that. Cool.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York.
Oh, well, that was easy.
Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be like a true homecoming. It's going to be a twisted, discomforting version of it, I imagine. Loving memory of Ooh, a phone.
Time loses meaning here. How
Loving
long
memory
have
of
I been
Alan
trying to
Wake.
escape? Long enough for Alice to think I'm dead. The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you?
Almost did.
Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Yeah, so... Yeah, Scratch is definitely his double. That's created by the Dark Presence. Is that what they're calling it? The Dark Presence? So, Scratch and Alan Wake. They're the two opposing beings in the Dark Place, at least right now. Just looking around at the environment real quickly. Alright, let's see what more echoes of our past we can find here.
The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see.
So she's an artist,
Cry for
okay.
help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Was she? Is this something that I'm missing from the first game? Am I supposed to know some things about Alice? Was she in the nightmare with Alan Wake? I feel like I'm missing some bits of the story here, but hopefully they'll be kind enough to kind of recap that stuff for those of us who didn't play the first game. Looks like a nice apartment building, honestly. Marble floors. Nice, understated, like, black decoration. Gold is usually a bit gaudy, but it pairs well with black, I think. So, it works well enough.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Okay, so she is a photographer. Not to say that photographers aren't artists. I was thinking painter for whatever reason, but photographer makes... Okay. So Alan Wake the writer and Alice Wake the photographer. Very artistic couple, aren't they?
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice! Alice. This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Is that all I can interact with? So I guess Scratch even takes a physical form, like to look like Alan. I wonder if Alice knows that Scratch is a different being, or I wonder if she thinks that Alan is just lost it and gone dark. I wonder if that'll be a
This is
source
the
of
door to my
drama.
study, where I wrote my books.
Okay,
This symbol wasn't here before.
we definitely need to find a way in there then. That's going to be the key. So we need to find that symbol. It's a spiral, right? Yeah. Can we go out in the balcony? Nope. Darn. Home library. Love to see it. This is actually a pretty neat apartment, too. Very scholarly and kind of calm. I like it. A big old projector.
Alice's
TV.
video camera. No memory card inside.
Okay, so we're looking for a memory card as well. To find... Okay. So we're looking for the memory card, and then I still feel like we need to get into that study. If the game will let us. That's key. Video art / documentary, or documents? I guess a documentary probably makes more sense. On screens. Focal point of the dark place. Yeah, this is a really nice apartment. This is supposed to be in New York, I think? Is it? I shudder to think how much it would cost to get into a place like this. I don't even want to think about it. Part 1. Oh, there's our memory card.
Alice's memory card.
Nice. Anything else? No. Anything else we can do here? Doesn't look like it. And we're doing the camera. I bet it's going to project onto the wall, right? Onto the screen we have right there. This is Alice.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos.
So are you okay with that, or are you resentful about that?
And that gnawed at me.
Okay, resentful.
Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong.
Doctor near Bright Falls? Is this how they got to Washington?
Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do, too, sometimes. years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art.
So is this happening in the real world, or
My
is she
nightmares caught on film.
was she in the dark
And
place
this
when
is
that
the
was
focus of
happening?
my new exhibition.
Was Scratch
To show
showing up
people
in the real world?
the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Interesting.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why? I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Scratch, because it scratches out his name. It's scratching out him. That was a short part. That was really short. Huh. So this is the same song. I wonder if we get more of it this time. If it was like partial, because it wasn't a true end to the part before. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the structure and how it works. Let's see. So I'm starting to get an idea of how Alan Wake's part of the story works and what his role is here and what he's trying to do and kind of his adversary, his foil, which is Scratch. I'm still curious how Saga really fits into everything here. 'Cause, I mean, I know she's like the real world counterpart. She's like investigating everything, and she's investigating how the dark place intrudes into the real world. But like, how is she tied in any other way, or is it just like coincidental? Because they've been hinting that it seems like she's tied in a bit more, like the conversation she had in the diner, where it was like made it seem like she's, or a different version of her. Maybe she is a dark place counterpart too. I don't know. Okay, are we back with Saga now? Looks like it. So all the other stuff was a memory of, or like a flashback of Alan. So now we're back in real time. Okay.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us
It
so
was
far,
him
Alan.
telling a story?
For the past 13 years, you've
Yeah,
been
it
trapped
was
in a
him telling
nightmare
that story.
dimension called the Dark Place. It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything, like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place.
It is a
all
really
this shit
strange
go away.
story from their point of view, I'm sure.
Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Funny how they're always taking drinks in unison.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
Well, the world outside looks normal, at least at this point in time, but doesn't mean it is normal, right?
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
A cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, If I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Okay, so I'm supposed to do that, go into her mind palace. I just want to see if there's anything else going
I
on.
feel bad for these guys.
I mean, I hate mounted deer heads too, but I'm not gonna pet one. That's just a little too macabre for me. Fondling a corpse, just no, thank you. So what's in here? So, okay, so we pass into the light. Okay, so what's this? That might be useful at some point, honestly. I think I can save all this stuff. I don't think I need to clear out my inventory quite yet. What is that supposed to be? Some sort of cleaning fluid. Let's save here really quickly. And then we shall do the Mind Palace thing. See if I can remember how to do this. Alan Wake interview. Okay, so we've got a
Wake
new
just gave us a
case.
lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
So these are the ones that are... Okay, so those are the... trying to figure out what the... Or is it for different chapters, maybe? So this one has a clue available. That doesn't fit. Oh, yeah, let's do this. That's easier. So... Cult goal, maybe? Oh yeah, there we go. This one, cult stashes. Actually,
Thanks,
this
Saga.
is Cauldron Lake. Okay. Cauldron Lake. Story.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
At the same time, though, if it were romance, that has some problems too. Because do you really want someone else writing romantic stories that are coming true and causing chaos and drama there against the participants' will? Story grit changes our reality, so changes rules of reality. That one go here too, I think, right? Yeah.
Thanks, Saga.
So that just doesn't fit quite yet anywhere. So those are for later. Are there more things here? Oh, there are. Okay, cool. I was like, it's not working anywhere, so that's confusing. We've got more threads there. That's helpful. Oh, got lots of things here collected from that. I guess we did just finish basically a whole chapter or whatever from Alan Wake's perspective, and he recounted that for them. So I guess it would make sense that there's a whole bunch of clues for her to draw from that. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I thought it was. It was this, right? Yes, that's the overlap.
The dark place. A dimension that's home to monsters. Huh. Wild stuff.
Oh, can I not do that one yet? So that's for later. So I don't have the information I need to use that one quite yet. There's something else missing here. Oh, I need a profile, don't I? Yep. Completely forgot that was a thing, honestly. So we're profiling Alan Wake here a bit? Yes, we are.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
So there's more pages
Wake
to
has
this.
a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore.
I wonder if this
but
Wake
the
is actually
water
Scratch.
rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected.
Probably not, but it could
Maybe
be.
Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa. Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
Well, guess where we're going next.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Now, okay, so now we're going to Watery,
It's
I
all
guess.
on the page.
Makes sense.
The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Via the bucket in the janitor's break room? Okay, so I'd heard that... Okay, that's where that is. So I'd heard that that was a thing in this game, that you could switch between their storylines, which is interesting. I wonder how that plays out narratively. I wonder if it's specifically written so that they're very disconnected and they don't really affect one another until they reconverge towards the end of the game. Or I wonder if they wrote it so that there's slight changes depending on which ones you play first. I would imagine that they're written to be pretty separate and disconnected from each other, just because that's easier.
You wrote these pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them up. I remember writing an endless amount of pages, but when this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
By the
That's all for now, Mr. Wake.
by the voice
Thank you
that he
for
was
your
talking to on the
cooperation.
phone, maybe. He has some sort of ally in the dark place, presumably in the dark place. And figure out where this one connects. He remembers writing many pages while in the dark place. Obviously it wouldn't be that, but... I'm just trying them all, because this is pretty vague and... Would be writing part of the ritual? Yeah. So I'm just gonna go in here and check to see where the bucket is. Just so that I know. Okay, that makes sense. The puddle that triggered Alan Wake's chapter.
Well, that's not how this works. You're a civilian, and we don't do ride-alongs. And if Scratch is after you, then so is the cult. We don't know who we can trust here.
Damn it, you are making a mistake.
I'll be sure to add that to the list.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with Wake on that one. He's a lot more experienced in dealing with this issue than the FBI is, but hey, so it goes. Now, since I could do either one, I'm going to go with Saga for now, just because it's been a while since we played as her. And because I have a feeling that Wake might end up in the dark place again. And I don't really want to go back there quite yet. I want to do some real-world stuff first, so... Ooh, cool, I get to see... I get to see the other inside of the hotel, beyond just the room. That's nice. Looks like a cozy place.
Okay.
Very rustic, but...
Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
See if we can talk to this guy.
Who's in for a bet this year?
Nope.
100
Maybe
bucks,
later?
so there'll be at least one fender bender between the floats.
For that amount of money, you'll cause it yourself.
Yeah, I'm not taking that wager. Too many opportunities for interference.
I've seen lots of small town parades. Never seen a fender bender though. Usually because they're just, I mean, a lot of people in the community always go all out on it, but at the same time, there's only so many floats you can have, and they usually are spaced out pretty well. So, I have seen parades get derailed by sheep though, by herds of sheep, which is always entertaining.
Open.
And a little bit smelly too, but entertaining nonetheless.
Hold on for dear life on the Espresso Express.
Is there anything I can interact with here?
Soak in some local history at the
Can we play the piano?
where
Nope.
two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims.
Guess Saga isn't the musical sort. Can't say I'm surprised, to be honest.
Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our
Neither of these guys have much to say. That guy is kind of, disturbing looking. Does he have a unibrow?
Feeding our goats coffee.
Not quite, but he has some pretty seriously bushy eyebrows there.
Take in amazing views from the slow roaster Ferris
Nah, we won't be a creep. Walk down the hotel hallway with a flashlight out. I will, however, snoop in all the rooms. Oh, this is probably her room, isn't it? Or Alex Casey's, because there's an FBI. How many rooms do they have? Like, obviously they're not sleeping in the other room, they're working out of it. So this is the only room that I can get into, then I'm assuming it's Saga's bedroom where she's sleeping. Whatever. A recreational type room. Guitar, a pool table. Maybe spaces to eat. Can't go in there, can't go... Actually, we can go in there. Maybe. Oh, it's so dim in all these things, I kind of have to use a flashlight. So, yeah. This is the other one's room. So is this Casey or... Is this Casey's or Saga's? I don't know. Casey seemed like he was very enamored with coffee and all that, so maybe he was. Maybe this is his one. All the coffee cups everywhere. Jeez, how much coffee does this guy drink? Holy cow. He even has a coffee cup in the bathroom. That's just weird. Guy has an obsession. Okay, so this is from the, this is the room from that couple we talked to in the diner, right? The witnesses to the cult of the tree killing our victim from the beginning. Ooh, is this another page? Nice.
Ed hadn't been the same since his latest show had closed. This wasn't the first time one of his productions had shuttered early. Scathing social commentary in a one-act play wasn't exactly filling seats. When Tammy told him she was taking a research trip to Bright Falls, he decided to tag along. Ed told her he wanted to find inspiration. Really, he just wanted a break from the city. But it was true that he certainly needed to find something. A voice, a direction, an idea, something authentic to himself. Ed knew he couldn't keep using Tammy's money to fund his playwriting. After the argument with Tammy, Ed stormed out of the diner and drove their rental car back to Cauldron Lake to prove a point. Now standing in the dark woods, the sun hidden by the trees, Ed wished he could remember what that point was. Something about masculinity. He cursed at himself and turned to go. Suddenly, he was blinded by a light in his face. Voices shouted and hands pushed him to the ground. Ed struggled, in vain.
Okay, so now, actually, is Ed the Is that Nightingale's first name? I don't remember. But he's been missing for a while, so they wouldn't just have the room open full of his stuff like this, would they? That wouldn't make sense. Whatever, I'm finding more pages, so that's nice. Tammy rides the ferry.
Tammy tapped her pen on her notebook. Alan Wake had ridden this same ferry
Okay, this
into
is that
town when he
couple, isn't it?
arrived.
Pretty sure
This
it
was his
is.
entry into Bright Falls. His first steps across the threshold. She wrote that down. She always found it helpful to walk in the victim's shoes.
The
Do what
couple
they
we met
did,
in the diner,
see what
yeah.
they saw. It added great color to the book. Tammy felt raindrops on her face. God, again? She pulled up her hood. The rain just kept coming. She missed New York. So far, this hadn't been the simple research trip she pictured. First the incident at the lake, then the fight with Ed. It's not surprising tempers got hot. They were both on edge after what had happened. Tammy had said some things she regretted. She looked out over the harbor. A chill passed through her. She hoped Ed wouldn't do anything stupid.
Okay, yeah, so that is that couple. That's definitely that couple we met in the diner. Just a bit of background on what they're... And that's all after they saw everything. So was Ed kidnapped by the cult? Is that hinting at something? So I wonder, are we gonna find Ed at the trailer that we go to? Did I just find like a little hint, a clue at what's going to be happening next? Interesting.
I can't force it open.
Okay, can't go into that one yet. Probably will be able to at some point in the future, though. Alright, that seems like a good stopping spot. A natural break into the action. So, it was very eventful, and we're gonna... Well, from the sounds of things, it's going to continue to be eventful. We've got this big climactic showdown with Scratch sometime in the game. And sounds like we're going to be getting into a fight with cultists very, very soon as Saga. So that'll be interesting. Until then, thanks for watching.